test finally on the A20, and as you may see, I've done one piece of customization, a little bit of suspension for $20. We've got full battery, as we can see here, and 41.2 volts is what we're showing, so we use that as we go and run down the battery. I'll check in soon. Also, I'm using the Relive app to track as well as the bike. For the sake of this range test, I'm gonna use mostly throttle only pedal and use pedal assist when I need to. So really I'm giving a real world worst case scenario range test. I'll go between some different terrain and whatnot as well, trails, stuff like that, and obviously different speeds to give a bit of a real world idea. So I've just put some more air in the tyre, in both tyres. It's probably the hardest I've ever had the tyres. They say to put it up 30 psi. I definitely wouldn't, not going off the included charger or pump anyway. I'm at about, I think, 23 psi or so, and that's plenty hard given that there's no suspension on this thing. It definitely accelerates and goes on the road really nice though. Just using the throttle with the harder tyres. So this is 39 kilometers right now, 41, 42, 43. So I haven't got that quick before, so the extra air definitely helps. I believe they say range on this is 25 to 35 kilometers for the 36 volt 13 amp battery. I'm pretty confident we'll get to at least 25 kilometers throttle only, or around about. Yeah, I've got there pretty easily in the past, so we'll see how we go today. 128 kilometers total on this bike so far, so the next video will be a full review. Something I want to quickly note as well, depending on how heavy you're using this throttle, the battery bar can jump down two slots, so almost 40% straight away if you're going full throttle. So it's worth checking the voltage on the screen as I showed at the start of the video. See how those match up and see how close you really are to going completely dead. You don't want to get the battery completely dead on these, obviously, just like skateboards. Little hill test for the throttle. Drop to about 16 k's at the top of that hill. Really enjoy the throttle that you can just stand up and take all the bumps with your knees and not have to worry about losing any speed if you're going off-road like that. Little dips in and out of unknown conditions. Wouldn't have got up that hill if it was much steeper. conditions like this with a new seat like I put on, it's perfect for just absorbing the extra bumps. The stock standard seat, a bit of a throwaway in those conditions, to be fair, unless you've let a bit of air out of the tyres. Bit bumpy here, I must say. Alright, we just got to that 5k mark and we're still showing full battery. So it looks like we're on track to the quoted range. Let me know if you have any feedback on ways you'd rather see me do a range test on an e-bike in the future. This is the first one I've done, so I'm not really sure how other people do it, but for me this is the way that works. You know, looking at it, just have to be wary that it is still quite weighty, even though it's foldable. And so if you're planning on, you know, having to fold it to take it up the elevator to work or something like that every day, you might have to grease up those hinges because it is tough. I'll show you that in the review. It could just be my unit that's a bit stiff, but that's what I found anyway. So. Found this is a good place to open it up speed wise, so we'll do that and I'll see if I can get it to replicate the drop in bars as I mentioned before. This is full throttle, by the way, so we just dropped 2 bars as I mentioned. As soon as I lay off this, I'm sure it'll go back up to full. We're only at 5.9 kilometers and we're at full just when I reported it at 5 back there, so. But we are going 41 kilometers an hour. Up the hill here, dropping off a little bit, still full throttle. Down to 33, 31, 30. Now it's going back up. We'll do a little speed test back down that same hill. Be interesting to see what it comes in at on the GPS. All right, full throttle again. We've just gone back up to full when I laid off the throttle. 44, 45. 45 was the max there. Super smooth though on these tyres, no bouncing at all. As you can see, it's not the most perfect road. So we've gone back up to full battery now. Currently sitting at 7.4 and our voltage is 37.9. Okay, we've just officially dropped down the first bar. It's just popped back up, so I'd say it's in between there. But we're at 7.8 kilometers. Yep, and it's back down again. So I ran into an electric XP light on my travels the other day. Just as I went to grab some coffee, and it was parked up there. That was the other bike I was looking at when deciding between you know, my first e-bike, and obviously I landed on the A20. However, they were similarly priced. I think $9.79 Canadian was my grand total for this one, shipped, delivered to the door. The electric would have come in about $1,200 Canadian because of the $200 shipping fee US that they have on there for Canadian customers. So the XP Lite is a far smaller bike, so unless you really need something that is really small for maybe taking on and off a train, something like that, you are definitely going to feel a difference in ride quality just due to the size of those wheels. So the skinnier and the smaller diameter, and obviously no suspension either like this one. So I would say it's a less comfortable ride just for anyone who is deciding like I was, because you don't always get those dimensions, you know, in your head when you're looking online. But it really stuck out to me as one of the smallest e-bikes I've ever seen. So yeah, just food for thought if you're on the fence there. As I've been chatting there, we've dropped down to 3 bar, 10.1 kilometers, and our voltage is 36.4. So there's a little bit of discrepancy between them there. I've yet to find any noticeable or significant voltage sag in my ride so far, which is good to report. We'll see when I get down to the bottom of the battery today. I'll let you know if you know, it has any less power or anything like that. Just dropped down to 2 bar. We'll see if it stays there. I'm going 29 kilometers an hour, so could be part of the reason there. Only at 12.3 kilometers right now. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I am doing purely throttle only, unless I have to pedal at one stage or another. I don't think I've had to so far, given this can stop from a complete dead stop just with the throttle, start that is. Yeah, so I'll be disappointed if it doesn't get 20 kilometers with throttle only, but maybe I'm being a bit greedy. We can always dial the speed back a little and see how we go. The voltage is still saying 35.4, 35.1 now, so that's looking healthy. At this speed, 21, 22 kilometers an hour, I keep bumping back up to 3 bar. So for anyone who has a Gen 1 Rode Wireless Go and you've lost a wind muff, like I just did, you can actually get a replacement for free, 2 replacement ones with your warranty, as long as you register your product. I didn't even have a receipt for mine, and they still honoured that. And I bought it in Australia, and they honoured it in Canada, so that's pretty good on their part, but not the best quality of product there with the wind muff. The rest of it's fantastic though. When I stopped, we went back up to a 3 bar and coming down the hill just now. However, I keep going back and forth between 2 and 3. I think largely dependent on how much I'm pulling that throttle. Going 25 Ks right now, it's still showing 2, but we're about to hit 17 Ks, so that's pretty good. This hill we're approaching now is a battery killer. We'll probably have to go full throttle up here. I'm at full throttle going 19, 18, 16 Ks. 15, and we're down to 1 bar with full throttle here. 12 Ks, and then we should pick back up. That's the worst of it. So I can ease off. And let's see it go back up. When we get to the top here, we'll see. Yep, back up to 2 bar. Another chicken. We're still showing 2 bars. Cracking along at 22 kilometers an hour. And we are at 21.1 Ks at the moment. So heading back at least a little bit closer to our starting point. Hour and 12 minutes into our ride now, so going along nicely. Still reporting 2 bar at 30.5 kilometers, so still trying to kill the battery. I will report in as I'm a bit further drained, I guess, because I've only got 10% left on the GoPro. So just got down to no bars going up that hill there. I'm sitting back at 1 and 2. It's fluctuating between, so I'll start heading back. It's probably 5 kilometers or so back. So I think we should be fine. We're sitting at 31.5 kilometers. Bit of battery sag now. It was a max of 12 kilometers up a relatively easy hill just now, so we're definitely losing a little bit of power. But as I'm saying that, it's showing 2 bar, so it's all over the place. But when we are going up hills, it's saying 0 bars, so 34.5 kilometers in now. So we're firmly on 0 bars now. We can get a max speed of 21 kilometers, 22 as you can see now, 23, so it's still really usable, but we can tell we're getting near the end. So I'll check in as I finish, give you a final range, show you the range on the app, see how that tracks compared to the bike, and give my final thoughts. So we've just had the motor shut off at, I think we're about 37 kilometers. I'll see if it restarts, if I can turn it on again, because I might have lost the range. So I'll put the map up at the end, but we got 40 kilometers on the dot on Relive, an hour and 56 minutes. However, we're stuck biking home, proper biking, not far from the start destination, but pretty disappointed it just cut out like that. We're tracking at about 12 kilometers an hour, not full throttle, but I think we were close. All right, made it back safe and sound. In the end of the day, it's a bike at the very least. So yeah, a bit disappointed it didn't give me the warning that I would have liked, that it was going to cut out. But we almost made it back. 40 Ks in total, I think. Yeah, we would have been shy of 38, I think, on the bike, but I would go by the GPS app, which said 40 kilometers anyway, which is a fantastic result in my opinion. As I said several times throughout the video, that was throttle only, so you can really take that to however far you want by however much you want to bike. So I think quite easily you could get 50 kilometers out of that. Stay tuned for the full review that's coming on the bike. As you can tell, I really like it anyway, but I'll go into a bit more detail about some of these things. And we just reached 100 subscribers, so thank you for those who have subscribed. If you've watched a few videos and haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing that, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, bye.